Alright, you guys. Now that we're on the other half of the season, episode 14, uh, I have to say some three things, in the intro before I get started telling the story about the 14th episode. You remember the gems that I had mentioned that they were executed? Yeah, uh, Econite was actually mentioned once in a conversation with Stephen and Diamond while Diamond was worried. Stephen says it reminds me of the time that you have killed Econite, something like that. He wasn't mad, he was just saying that. There was one time she was like mentioned like a few times like in that conversation while Diamond was worried about her life over Halite and Axonite um uh overthrowing her. Speaking of Axonite and Howlite, they were also mentioned once in the first episode of season 3. Well, I mean, this episode, of course. This season, of course, is what I meant, not episode. Um, but in the first episode of season 3, they were mentioned by Diamond uh, saying to Angelite that the last time I had someone working with me, um, I killed them for conspiring against me. Or maybe she said that to Androdite and Kavalite when she said the last time I had two gems working with me, I had them killed for both conspiring against me. Um, Something like that, but they were still mentioned. As for Diopside, um, she was she was never mentioned after her execution because if that is mentioned, Stephen would be very angry because he would not talk about it because she was the one that, of course, killed his friends. I'm sorry, that was actually four things because um about Angelite. Um, I forgot to mention that Angelite said she actually said in that last episode, "Well, I'm not wrong," over when she was telling the truth about Diamond, and Diamond saying, "Yeah, well, you're still gonna be killed for it." That's that last sentence you said is disrespectful, is what Diamond has said, and even when I kill you, like she's like saying, even when I don't kill others, uh, or maybe Angelite was saying as well, well, it still happened in the past, and you cannot argue with the past. And Diamond saying, well, at least I can still kill you, and I may not kill others by saying I'm not wrong, but it's at least they'll be cursed. Even dead ones will be cursed in the other dimensions and this dimension as well. And that's what Diamond had. One of the things that Diamond had said, and yeah, let's see. Is that it? Or maybe there's a fifth one I was talking about. Hang on, I need a pause. Oh yeah, when it was like a pattern that last episode with the house and the Diamond's planet, like with Angelite, and then in the end was what was different was Androdite and Kavalite having a conversation. That was actually because I mean no, let's just add in another scene in that episode when Androdite was trying harder to predict, and just to make it less embarrassing for it to not to be a pattern. And then oh yeah, and one last thing. They did have another song, Androdite and Kavalite, I would say episode 8, when she was trying to tell Androdite to try harder on thinking, and episodes before Androdite finally had the idea of. Alright, now let's start on this episode. So this episode starts off with Paldrectite and her friend Willamite just walking around being friends, and as for Cavalite and Androdite, they were walking to them, and they were saying this. Cavalite was first saying, Paldrectite and Willamite. Androdite was thinking about you with her sight, because of course she's a garnet. And Paldrectite was like, why do you, is there any reason why she was thinking about us? And Cavalite was saying, oh, we need you to do something for us. And I know you might not like this, but we need you to go to Earth. We need you to warp out yourselves to Earth to kidnap Purple Diamond and Teal Diamond, because we think that they're gonna do something bad. And and Androdite was saying, no, like, you must listen to her. I mean, no, you must listen right here, that this is very important. Or maybe Androdite was saying, you must do this because this is very important. And Paldrectite was like, hold on, let us think about it first. And then Cavalite saying, okay, take your time. She whispered at Willamite. Willamite was saying, Paldrectite, they're crazy. They're going to get ourselves in trouble. And we could get ourselves executed. And Paldrectite was saying, don't worry, all right? We could come up with lies, all right? And that way, let's try to see that they might get themselves killed before we would get ourselves in trouble. So we might take ourselves a long time for us to finally do our jobs, and no matter, and we're not gonna care about that. Look, I know that they're gonna still be mad at us and telling us what to do, but we're not. But as long as they keep on doing that, then they're gonna keep on doing that until they get themselves killed. All right? And Willamite was saying, all right, that's a good idea. Or Willamite was saying, oh, I'm only doing this to keep ourselves safe. I'm only acting like this to keep ourselves safe. And then Valdrectite was saying, and then Willamite was saying, okay, or Willamite, or the Paldrectite would make more sense of saying, okay, we're in. And Cavalite saying, and Androdite was saying, oh, good. I knew that you would count on us. And Cavalite was saying, well, you two know what to do. And you of course know what to do. You've got sorry, Cavalite was saying, well, you two of course heard us the first time what you guys are going to do. Or no, Cavalite was saying, well, then sorry. Cavalite saying, go ahead and do your duty, something like that. And then Cavalite and Paldrectite and Willamite were then saying, Willamite was saying, okay, yes, and oh yeah, sorry for stuttering. I'm gonna try to keep this together. The two gems both agree, like, yes, alright, let's, or just nodding their head, it makes more sense. They would just go to the warp pad, and they would go to the house, and while the 5 gems at the house were doing something, the door was knocking, and as Teal was opening it, the 5 gems were looking at the 2 new gems, and Paldrectite was saying, oh, hi, this is Paldrectite. I'm Paldrectite, and this is Willamite. It gives us such pleasure to meet you. And then with an awkward faces, and that awkward grin of Paldrectite, because the gems have no idea what they are doing here. And Willamite was saying, yeah, are you sure we're doing a good idea? And Powder DI was saying, oh, trust me, I, uh, I'm doing good so far. Hi, we're here because we heard a lot about you guys, and it took us a long time to get here after you had defeated those criminals outside at Diamond City. And we wanted to congratulate you guys, and I was thinking that we would move in with you five. And Willamite was saying, good job. And then, not in a sarcastic way. Then Teal was saying, oh, okay, good, welcome in. But we don't have any bedrooms, but you guys would just stay here and sit down on the couch and do stuff, and you could help us clean and do art and stuff. We do a lot of fun stuff here. And Rebel was saying, yeah, don't you want to see the smoothies that she had made? And then they both like, sure. And then they're both like, sure. And then when Teal was given the two smoothies to Willamite and Powdrettiite, they both were drinking it and they spit it out. They spit it out and they were like, oh my god, that was terrible. It was like, and Powdrettiite was like, oh my god, this is terrible. And Willamite was saying, what did you put in that stuff? And Teal Diamond was saying, carrots mixed with sour cream. And then they were like, ew, gross. Especially the rest of the gems were like that as well in the house. And then as they were welcoming themselves in and as they were giving themselves a tour around the house, they then, as they were leaving them alone, Powdrettiite and Willamite was saying like this. Willamite was saying, Powdrettiite, look what you got us into. Are you sure that this will entirely work? Because what if they find out the evidence of us and Diamond will no? What if Diamond will find the evidence of us about this from our friends, and then it'll get us ourselves arrested? And Valdret was saying, oh, trust me, we're only doing this for a short time, okay? Or no, she was like saying, oh, don't worry, we're probably not going to be here for a really long time, like for many months. And then Willamite was just kind of panicking, but kind of relieved from it. And as they were singing a song about saying that it's alright, it's going to be alright, everything's going to be fine. And then when we get back to Diamond's planet, Cavalite and Androdite were summoned by the guard. Well, the guard came in and told them that, hey, you two, Diamond needs you guys. And as they were having conversations, what does Diamond need them for? After they were talking about that, as they were walking down, no, Cavalite was saying, Androdite, what does Diamond need for us now? And Androdite was saying, I have no idea. And as they were coming in, to Diamond's office, Diamond was saying to them both that I need you to do something very important to me, and that's to be my two new proteges. Well, and Androdite was saying, we still can work on the criminals, right? And Diamond saying, yes, you guys can. And Cavalite was saying, oh, good. As they were both relieved about that, and Cavalite was saying, why do you need us to be proteges? And then Diamond was saying, oh, that's because I had executed my previous protege, Angelite, for being disrespectful to me. And then as they announced the reason why, Diamond was telling them to do work, and they and they were listening very well. But it can be worse for them later as the job gets harder for the two gems by working for Diamond, like what happened to Angelite. So, anyways, as the episode ends with the two gems, Androdite and Cavalite, just having the worried faces, thinking that the job is going to be hard, then yeah, that is it for the top about. So, now the next episode, it's not gonna be very important, but you'll see later, of course, in other episode. So, bye.